laptop or your PC, whatever you call it. Useless images on your Facebook laptop or your PC, whatever you call it. I told you I am a child, and I will never ever get sick of that. That is just, to have your own theme song is like, it's kind of like, have you ever seen that episode of Family Guy where Peter asked for his own theme music? And come on, we've all wanted our own theme music. We have always wanted someone walking around. I always said I wanted a soundbite machine, just a little box that I can press and it'll play the exact sounds that I need for that moment. So, someone tells me a little sob story I really don't give a shit about, bam, I can play the violin, you know? That's really what I always wanted, was a little soundbite machine. And the closest thing we ever got was these little boxes that came from China that you can get. I remember they were really famous down Chinatown, and you could get like a whole bunch of them. And what they were these little boxes that just cursed, you know? You just press it, and it would say things like, fuck you, kiss my ass, kiss my ass. If anybody remembers these things, please write in, because I know I'm not crazy, and I remember that machine. Yeah, even the critic had made fun of it in a scene where Duke Phillips presses the button, and it says, you smell, and he says, you smell? I never see it coming. So, if you think fidget spinners were annoying, you should have seen the shit that we had in the 90s. Alright, now as always, I'd like to start off with our celebratory and obligatory bowl. Again, this is Dexter, a good friend of mine, and worth every damn penny. Now, if you would like a Dexter of your own, I believe I bought the only one that came in this particular style, but you can always go and get yourself a one with a Jamaican flag on it. Personally, I'm a huge stoner, and I've been a stoner since I can remember. Actually, since I can't remember, which would have been around 15, 14. And I gotta tell you, when I started becoming a stoner, things started to not only just, start to make sense to me. Whoa, that's so cool. I'm inside my own ring light. Things started to not only just make sense to me, but suddenly that it became this us versus them attitude, which I never really had before until people really started making a big deal out of being a pot smoker. Now, I didn't come from a family that was super against pot. Actually, I don't think my parents really cared. I mean, as long as you were of a reasonable age, like I couldn't smoke pot in front of my parents at 10 years old or anything. But when I was, 16, 17, it wasn't a big deal anymore. My parents already knew that I smoked cigarettes, and so did they, so it wasn't it wasn't so far fetched that one of us was going to pick up the habit. And psychology says that 1 out of every 3 kids will develop the addictive gene, and studies are trying harder and harder to prove that there is such a thing as the addictive gene. And I believe they did prove that there is a gene, but I could be wrong, so I don't want to state that as fact. That's right, I'm on the internet and I am not claiming facts. Don't do it, that's not my style. If I don't know it's a fact, then I will tell you I'm not sure. So, I'm not sure. Uh, one thing, uh, one thing I am for sure about is the legalization and decriminalization of marijuana has been probably the stupidest uphill battle we've ever had to fight, because there were so many instances where if you had put any drug into it, and if you take the word alcohol and replace it with any drug, that drug would be looked at as the devil itself. But facts are facts, and the truth is, you know, car accidents are not happening in record numbers due to marijuana. Car accidents are not happening in record numbers due to crystal meth or heroin. Now, someone out there somewhere, their job is to look up statistics, to create these statistics, and hopefully, let's all, give them the benefit of the doubt that they are using the proper data and trying to get the most honest number that they can. Because, there's just someone that has a job like that. Excuse me. So, my point against that is really that when you have so many people making so many statistics on this specificity and this specificity, that they're focusing on a specific drug, and they go back a specific amount of years. This is entirely meticulous. This is all meticulous. This is all meticulous statistic building, and the facts are facts, and that no one in the history of this planet has ever overdosed on marijuana. So that simply just has never happened. And I remember, even as an alcohol abuser, I still never turned my back on marijuana when it came down to being an advocate. And the truth was that it was because I knew deep down that alcohol was ruining my life. And yet I was allowing it to. And that's, that just goes along with the very strange nature of a human being. We do stupid things that we know are terrible for us, but we continue to do them anyway. So, as I said, if you had ever replaced one with the other, I think there'd be a whole different conversation. And I want to continue this, but I'm afraid I have to leave. I was not expected to have to cut short, so we're going to have to stop this at 10 minutes. Sorry, guys. I will try to be back later on today. For anybody that does watch this 10-minute thing on marijuana, I'll try to continue on this subject, but I believe the next subject that we'll be working on will have to do with uh, pain and the acceptance of pain and what pain is capable of in a positive manner. Okay, so stay tuned for that. That'll be on soon. As always, we love you. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Hit us up on uselessagentmusic at gmail.com.